Welcome back to the iAchilles channel, everyone. The question today is, should Eric Holder be asked to step down, or should he resign? The answer to that question is absolutely. He is the epitome of incompetence, is what it is. It's not about the law with this man. It's not about the law with this man at all. It's about ideology, and that's the bottom line. He goes on all the Sunday talk shows criticizing Arizona's law. And then come to find out, Arizona's immigration law. Basically, it's a mirror image of the federal law that the federal authorities and the progressives in government refuse to enforce. Refuse to enforce. Refuse to enforce. Do you understand that? So he goes on all the talk shows and bashes him. And then come to find out he's never even read it. But he knows all about it because he's heard them talk about it on the radio. And he's heard them talk about it on the TV and the newspapers. And he's talked with people about the Arizona law that he has never read. So he can form a just opinion on this law based on what he's heard about the law. And if reality exists, what he's hearing is coming from the left, because he's surrounded by people from the left. And what do they say about this law? Oh, it allows racial profiling, even though the law says it doesn't. Eric Holder will tell you it does, because Eric Holder has not read the law. But he's already starting the process of fighting against this law, bringing lawsuits against Arizona for this law that he has not read. Do you see what I'm saying? This is not about the law. It's about ideology. It's about amnesty. This government, the progressives in the government, on the Republican side and the Democrat side, which they want amnesty. And that's the bottom line. When they tried to push the immigration bill during the Bush administration, it was all about amnesty. The American people did not want to do it. The progressives did. It didn't pass because the American people didn't want it. So did they do anything? Did they change the bill to make it so that people could accept it? To change it in such a way that the American people could get behind it? No, they didn't. It's either you do what we want you to do, or we'll do nothing. And it will create crisis. That's what they have done in the banking system. That's what they did. They turned a blind eye when the banks did whatever to create crisis. That's what they did in the healthcare system. They regulated in such a way that it could put the power in the hands of the insurance companies instead of the consumer. Through competition, they did that. They let it fester. They let it become a crisis. And then they did what they wanted to do. The healthcare, they pushed it through. This immigration, they're sitting on it until it's a crisis. And then they're just going to push it through the same way they did healthcare. This banking deal, they created that crisis through the Community Reinvestment Act. And now they're going to use this glitch. The stock market dropped 1,000 points the other day. They're going to use that, plus the collapse, as a way of getting in to regulate, to control the banks. This oil slick. Now they're going to take what once was the climate change treaty, then it was the cap and trade, and now it's the American Power Act. It's all the same thing. They push the same bill every time. If you don't like it the first time, we'll change the name, we'll create a crisis, and we'll push it through under a different name. Because it's the fundamental transformation. All of these bills, everything, every bill that they pass, these jobs bills, every bill has structure in it. You understand? They piggyback their structure in all these bills. so that when it does collapse, they'll have the structure in place. Because right now, all they're doing is they're hastening the fall of capitalism. They're shepherding the decline of America. Because the world, the socialism that has engulfed the world is failing. It's failing miserably. Do you think that this has been a free market? Do you think that the economy collapsed because of the free market? No, it's because of socialism within the free market that collapsed the economy. Government intervention in the free market. Targeted regulations geared toward destroying it. And that's it. And their friends and everybody makes money. And while the people suffer. It's right there in front of you. The government's doing this. And now socialism is collapsing around the world. And they're going to bail it out. And they're going to join us all together. Not that we're not one big global country, global economy as it is, but they're going to join us all together. You understand? We're going to be governed under one government. And it's not going to be an elected government. Look at the EU. President Rompuy, or whatever his name is. Nobody even knows who he is. Nobody voted for him. Nobody did anything. But he runs the thing. He runs the EU. And that's what's going to happen with this new government that they're going to form as soon as everything collapses. And we're going that way, people. We're going that way. God bless America.